Oh nana, land of the rising sun. John Lovine, my originality. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle, great Biafran people. We take it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup to them entered in. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced it. I never knew them got ulterior motive. With religious pretend us amongst our brethren, with denomination tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Nana. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left out when we are gone. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. I know Biafra, land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. My home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. From Father Isaac. The descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My originality.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to people to goddamn to ask us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of people's heart.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial master, criminal master. I'm a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugar. Brought together all them captives, including Jah people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and tradition, different language, different in everything, overstanding on the reason us to coexist together in the plant of confusion. Describe it as oil and the water that can never mix. Planted the cabals, them representatives here in Nigeria, looting all our treasures, colonial external marginalization of them Biafrans. Now is the time for manifestation. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Ayoy, Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Biafra. My home, my fatherland. My fatherland. Land of the rising. Land of the rising sun. My home, my fatherland. My originality. Yeah, land of the rising sun. Oh, sweet home, my fatherland. I believe in Biafra. I love the rising. Yes, there was a country before the game. Yeah, my home, my fatherland. Yes, it's a reality. Biafra is a reality. My originality.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafran lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill. Trusted people, wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uchi Ukafo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, he's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafra nation for almost 60 years now. He is from Afari Ibeku. Afari Ibeku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. And of course, by the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. We acknowledge the Creator, the one that made the heavens and the earth, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For he has said that before those who say they are wise, he will take away wisdom and knowledge from. But this wisdom and knowledge he learned, laid down before children. He's our guide, no matter both great and small. He remains the primordial influence that drives us in everything we do. For in the end, he is the lifting up of our head. For our help does not come from man. We do not look up to the mountains for help, but our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. And in my humble way, I will acknowledge him this evening and say, Anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na-agị obiọma gị ojuru anya dadi o enwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Of course, this evening we continue with our broadcast. We continue disseminating this information of the restoration of Biafra, this gospel of freedom. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. The reason why we continue to emphasize on certain issue as regard principle, tradition, and culture of our people, because this is all we have. What they are fighting for is not just the oil, because they can't take the oil until they take away our name, until they take away our language, until they take away our tradition and identity. They can't control that oil. Don't you understand? They are afraid of the name Biafra. They know we are serious because we continue using the name Biafra. And this is one thing they've almost taken from us. And when I come here, I say I'm from Delta State. You don't know how much humiliation it costs to me. I don't know what is Delta State. And anybody who can still beat his hand on the chest and say, I'm from River State, I'm from Delta State, I'm from Cross River State, you are from any state concocted name, I'm from Bayelsa State. Most people don't know that Bayelsa don't mean anything to Bayelsa man. Bayelsa don't mean anything to Ijo man. Anambra don't mean anything to Igbo man. We can go on and on. Our name, Enugu self, is not Enugu of the Igbo dialect, because the spelling of Enugu is not the Enugu, for the avoidance of doubt. And so why we say this thing is, they look to you as if they don't matter. When we say back to your root, some of you cannot comprehend the truth behind it. To you, it's like, oh, these idol worshippers, are you sure they are not going to take us back to idol worshipping? You know what idol is. You know what worshiping idol is. I worship Chukwu Okike Abiyama. But we keep emphasizing because we understand that man begin to live a successful life the moment they are able to draw a boundary between the spirit and the flesh. Make no mistake about that. Man don't need to live like, we say walk in the spirit. You just don't need to learn how to walk in the spirit. You must realize that you are a spirit. After the First World War, the world encounter, or rather see reason why they must step up. Why certain things must be put in place. Most of them went behind and start inventing technology. Technology like armor tanker, military hardware, military software, jet bomber, you name them. Because they knew that there will be need to defend their life in the nearest future. They learned so much. This gives birth to people like Harrison Ford, Nikola Tesla, among others. But they knew technology is not enough. They knew that technology will not be enough. And so in between the First World War and Second World War, these are things they tell you is classified. Who are they classifying it for? They combine magic with technology. Today, if you think those electronics you have is just all about technology, and then your country is going to be backward as far as they can remember. In between the First World War and the Second World War, they improvise. They learn how to combine black magic, as they call it. They learn how to combine juju and magic, juju and electronics and technology. But these are truths you are not ready for. The world today is not in a hurry to move into Second World War because they don't know what will hit the world. The world may not survive Third World War, I beg your pardon. But of course, the way they are going to, it may be the inevitable end. It may be the Armageddon. But our people must be ready. Yes, we have been oppressed all this long. It's okay. But what have we learned? What have we learned in the midst of this oppression? These are the things that are giving birth to us going to re-examine certain things. Let me tell you one secret that will shock you. Today, Jubri is traveling the whole world looking for where to buy AK-47, where to hire helicopter, where to hire gunboat or buy gunboat. And Nigeria is not even buying ammunition that are current, a dated helicopter, gunboat, or man paint. Oh, a Nigerian went to Russia to buy a helicopter to bomb Boko Haram, just to kill Biafra. And then Russia will now sell those ones they used during Soviet Union era. Most of you don't know that Air Peace, all of them you are talking about, their plane is even almost how many years, a dated plane. Because Onyibe don't sell new plane to any country that does not manufacture new plane. You buy second-hand plane. And so while Jubri is busy gallivanting the whole world, looking for a weapon to buy to kill Biafrans, the world have moved on. I tell you, any country today that say they want to fight a war on the basis of AK-47, nuclear warhead, they are not ready for the surprise that will meet them. They will meet the surprise that met Nigerian government when they fought the generation of Biafrans, 1967 and 1970. You know, we never told you what happened. Any country of the world today that just carry AK-47 and nuclear warhead only, the surprise that will sweep them off their feet, they are not ready for it. Forget about who they are. You know why? Because they know nuclear warhead will come to nothing. Military hardware or software will come to nothing. Self-awareness, robotic, military present will not do anything. Shutting down even the server will not do anything. Because men have moved on. Men have moved on. As I'm talking to you now, they are in different labs. There are 10 locations in the world that they don't allow you to go. One of these days, we look at those locations. It will amaze you what they are doing there. There are 10 locations that is forbidden. Nobody goes there. But they are there. They say, no, it's a classified information. Who are you classifying it for? Men have moved on. They are creating weapons with weather. They are creating weapons that manipulate the weather. And so they sit in the comfort of their room, in one eatery, and with their Android phone, they will manipulate the weather over your country. Some of you will wake up one morning, you will see Niger Delta, rainforest has turned to drought. And all of them will follow you and speak English. The nature is unbalanced. You will agree. When you hear about Josephina Caterina, don't you know most of these natural disasters are occurring because there are men and women who are testing weapons there? And something went wrong? Have you not noticed most of the most deadliest natural disasters occur in China, in Japan, in America? But of course, they want you to believe it's natural disaster. You now begin to give it a name. Josephina, Caterina, Urubusina. But don't let them deceive you. The world have moved on. And some of these things, you can only checkmate them through Abara. But you won't understand. It was in 1967. Ojukwu called Biafrans and said, let's go home. Nigerians boasted and said they will destroy Biafra in 2 weeks. But they never knew what is coming for them. The Yoruba and the Hausa Fulani, they can't talk together with the Middle Belt. Not all the Middle Belt anyway. But the Hausa part of the Middle Belt. And they descended on the tiny Biafra. They never tell you about what happened in Abagana. That was the end of all of them, except only the few terrorists who call themselves General. Terrorist Obasanjo, terrorist Babangida, terrorist Gowon, terrorist Tuai Danjuma. They will never tell you what happened in Abagana. Some say it's the art of God. But whatever it is, that is experience Nigeria will not forget in a hurry. That is why Nigerian University, any study that will enable you study like, what do you call it? Produce bomb, electronics that can set them off their feet. They have shot all of them down in Nigerian University. Chemical engineer, elect, and so on. You don't study them any longer. The few ones where they are pretending to be studying them, it is under lock and key. You study elect, chemical engineering. They just help you to miss Zubu, give you certificate, and you'll be happy. Oh, I'm a chemical engineer. You just learn how to miss Zubu. Because our fathers understood. If you know how they fought the war, if you know how they fought the war, try and look for a veteran and sit close to them. There is a leaf, I can tell you now. You take this leaf and put it inside galvanized pipe and set a smoke from the other corner. You will see that this leaf, it will cause horrible thing. But you don't know about it. British government have to tell Nigeria, kidnap Idoma people, kidnap Igala people. Idoma, Igala, and Ogoja were incorporated into Nigerian army by fire, by force. Today when we are saying, Idoma come, Igala come back, Ogoja come back, some of them, maybe based on what their father have told them, feel they cannot be accepted. We know what happened. It was not your fault. The earlier you come back home, the better for all of you. At gunpoint, they were meant to kill their own people. But even at that, the world have to help them. Many countries of the world, under the supervision of the British government, they will bomb us, they will bomb us, they will bomb us. 3 years on. But if we were there with Ojukwu, we would not have left here. Because even when he left, we will start another rebellion. Keroni. But of course, I have to digress this far so people understand what is coming. We will need all the help we can. We will need men and women of truth across the globe, genuine nation who actually stand to represent humanity. That is if they are human anyway. But these are the truth they don't want you to see. These truths are hate speech. But truth is bitter. But truth remains true. And so when we come, we say back to your root. It's not because we want to turn you to a herbalist. It is your right to know. It is not because we want to turn you to an idol worshiper. It is your right to know what they do. After all, they say we have 3 major religions in Nigeria: the Muslim, the Christian, and the traditional worshippers. But if you know what they know, it's not a crime now. Many people today are crying, oh, it's a diabetes, oh, it is a heart attack, oh, it is high blood pressure, oh, it is this and it is that. But there is a single leaf that can calm all of them down. It's in your backyard. We call it Olubu, bitter leaf. Just squeeze the water and drink it every day. All those excess sugar, all those otototoruru in your body, they will die down. But of course, you are going to say it's bitter, but you have a choice to make. You either chew that bitter leaf, drink the juice of that bitter leaf every morning and get better, more healthier life, being renewed every day, or prepare to die a miserable death. They call different name for you. Diabetes, they give you ataramasin. High blood pressure, they give you urubumasin. BP, they give you akaramasin. Look at all the medicine they are giving. All of them is sin. But you will not understand, though. But we will keep telling you. That is why I love that my brother's name. Aganeku. Aganeku. We will continue talking. And you must hear. We can only pray that it don't become too late for you. There are things when you talk about Kwashoko. There are people who survived Kwashoko. Their family knew something that most people who died of Kwashoko did not know. Let's digress a little bit. And I had the privilege of having access to most of the people who encounter this, who were there during the war, as they call it. Most of the women said that when they bring food for them, the few food they can bring, they always mix it with salt. And they will go to Army Barrack, where those food are dropped. They pack the sand. Go and soak sand inside water and allow it to dry down. And then they filter the water. They were looking for salt. And so the family that discovered this secret, Kwashoko couldn't ravage them the way he did to others. I can go on telling you how they survive. But this time, we barely know half of what they know. But yet they are around us. We can't open it up for you. We're waking up your consciousness so you begin to get ready. Because if the only option they give to us to free our nation is through war, if the only option they give to us to destroy this Nigeria is through war, I repeat again, like our leader has said, if the only option left for us to get out of this zoo called Nigeria is war, oh, we truly don't advocate for war. We are not here to call for war. We are here to call for total dismemberment of the zoo called Nigeria. But if war is the only option, I'll be back in a minute.
Without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we're making to them.
Freedom, Biafra freedom.
Henchman on the beat.
We need our freedom. Yeah. Whoa. We want our freedom. Yeah. Biafra freedom. Biafra freedom. We need our freedom. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. We want our freedom. Yeah. Biafra freedom. I was about to know.
Oh my God. Let them come and rescue us. I was a bit walking in most.
I must have a big watch out.
Walking in most. Money has been everywhere. They're killing our people. They're killing our people.
I was about to know, bro. I was about to
Yes, hopefully you get that message clear. And so that is why, despite the fact that we do not advocate for war, but ready for it if it's our inevitable end, despite the fact that we simply want our freedom, not conquering anybody, our stance are clear. Nigeria must be destroyed. Nigeria must be destroyed. And now we have to go back to our roots to begin to investigate so many things concerning us as a people, because everything are not the way they seem to be. Many of these people have gone beyond nuclear warfare. They have gone beyond military hardware or military software. These people have moved on. They now manipulate the weather. But we must be ready too, because that's what makes us a people. And so on this segment, it's going to be a long series, because we are going to study the spiritual aspect of our culture that have been neglected. The spiritual aspect of our culture that have been neglected. You know, when I discuss issue about back to your root, I try not to be too spiritual about it for so many reasons. But we have the spiritual aspect of our culture. It's not just about what you see. Remember, ordinala is our behavior. Omenala is our belief system. And our language is the communication of omenala and ordinala. Our belief system talks about the spiritual aspect. These are our culture. We have neglected them. We must visit them. We must know what they represent. These formulas must be brought back. It is our culture. It is our heritage. When I talk about our ways of life as a people, like I said, I try as much as I can to make sure I don't dabble into the spiritual aspect of it. It's not because I cannot handle it, but because I feel most of you are not yet ready for the truth. In this series, we are going to look into this aspect. Some of them, of course, not deeply. Aspect regarding our tradition and culture as a people. For instance, we will be looking into the following aspect of our life as it is applicable in the spiritual aspect. In those days, as a new believer, I work very hard to be spiritual, because I understand that you must be spiritual before you can live a successful Christian life. And being spiritual could be something you are mentally. You're just conscious of being spiritual. And you know, like Galatians 5 will say 22. For when the Spirit of God, we are controlled by the Spirit of God. Or rather, some translation will say, for the fruit of the flesh are made manifest, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. 9 of them. That should be Galatians 5:22. And now understand, these things are not things you just have mentally. You can't handle them physically. They are more of emotional. And if they are emotional and then they are mental, it's simply spiritual. It is the combination of your mind and your soul that then force the outcome of it in the physical. And so I know I don't need to pretend to be holy, to be walking spiritual. But this virtue must be evidence in my life. Love. Do I truly love? patient? Am I truly patient? I can tell you one thing, IPOB is so rich in, is patient. We are patient. But go and read The Vulture is a Patient Bird by James Hadley Chase. So you will understand our own nature of patient. We have been very patient. We are patient, I must tell you. Love, joy, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. We are all these things, but yet you can't see it because we are born looking guilty, and so you can't see them. But I tell you, without being in charge of this, you will never succeed. And so we must first of all realize that if the component that makes up a man is the spirit, body, and soul, you can only see the body. Only few of us have seen our spirit being. Only few of us can commune with our soul. Many of us have lived out our life paying attention only on your body. But if you had the privilege to see your body through your spirit, you will see how ugly you are. That is why when you see a carnally minded person, they are busy rubbing powder and pancake. Some men are trying to behave like women. Because you are not conscious spiritually. Did I say you should not take care of yourself? But if you are able to see your body through your spirit, you will see how ugly you are. And then your beauty will not be that of ornament, of silver and gold, but of character. People can't explain you. They just love you. They don't know why. Of course, our leader is handsome. Mazimefo is handsome. And when you look at them, you just love them. You just love them. You can't explain it. Their beauty is not in top jail. What do they call all those cream? Fair and gray and black. No. They don't even understand. It's in their heart. As far as it continue projecting, people will ever always love them. People who don't know him, who have not seen him. Oh, I love that man. I love the guy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because it's not about your appearance. You come out here as ugly as you are and serve Biafra. Sincerely, I will assure you that people will fall in love with you. They don't fall in love with you because of your bank account or you are beautiful. Because people who don't even know you love you. There is something emanating from your spiritual realm. That is what controls the atmosphere. And so this aspect of our life as a people is going to be classified under the following category. For example, number one, the Star of David. We talk about the Star of David, the Star of David, the Star of David, the symbol in the flag of Israel. But do you know they picked it up, Britain picked it up from Anambra, and it is in the museum in the zoo. What is the implication of the Star of David? Some of our traditional rulers wear clothes that have that symbol. They don't even know the meaning. Most of them, I must tell you. The one in the flag of Israel could have a different meaning from the one in our land, but they are the same. What is the implication? What is the implication of our money that the British government put the Star of David and put a hole at the middle? What is the implication of that coins? The first currency British government give to us. What is the implication? That money is a sacrificial money you will not know. They now put the Star of David, now put hole at the middle. That is why our fathers who used that money, they were using it for, how did I call it in English? For Banje. In those days when Nazarene are born, you don't know Nazarenes are born? There are people who are original Dada. As a child, you start combing their hair, it will not agree. Natural Dada, they don't form it. You can form it anyway. You can choose to become a Nazarene. But there are born Nazarene. When you start combing their hair as baby, they will be crying, they will be having headache, they will be running temperature. Their hair will always be scattered. And at a particular stage in life, like 7 months later, they begin to develop sickness. And you will hear, they will tell you, this child is a Nazarene. Stop combing the hair. But today, do you know no more Nazarene? Some of us are led by the spirit of Chukwu Kikabiama, and we go back. But in those days, they know Nazarene from the beginning. Now, why I'm bringing that up is that British coin they gave to us, our fathers will put a hole through it and tie it on the head of Dada. Because the British sent a curse to them. And they responded to them. We know what you know. British sent a curse to us with that money. The same way Nigeria is insulting us with Naira. Never allow Igbo rule again. But good luck wanted to undo it. And the president of America, former Obama, stopped that evil. Can any Nigerian intellectual tell me the meaning of our Arabic inscription in your Naira? I bet you don't know. I bet you not every Islamic scholar know what they wrote in our Naira. And so any day you hold them, any day you worship them, any day you touch them, any day you fall in love with them, you become slave to our Fulani, just like they want our father to become slave with them by enslaving us with the Star of David. Every Dada have it tied on their head. Every Obanje have it tied on their head. Every native doctor, herbalist, spiritualist, they pass a rope through that coin. It was a signal back to British government. But the real Star of David, it's just a coded teaching. That triangle you see, the information gathered there is almost everything written in your Bible, aside the concocted one. We must know the spiritual implication. We look at the issue of astrology. You know, when I celebrated my birthday, I practically take a picture of a scorpion. I just designed it and said, because I'm a scorpion. But do you know your pastors tell you that no, Christians don't do that. It's evil. It's evil. It's astrology. I hope Christians are astrology. It's evil. Because let's think about it. You have Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, and so on. Sagittarius, Pisces. But let me tell you something about that astrology. You go and study your star. And it will amuse you, the prediction from the astrology is 99.9% correct, if not 100%. But the pastors, Yoruba pastors, say, no, don't go there, it's evil. But let me tell you, the 3 wise men that went to meet Jesus were astrologers. And the Bible called them wise men. 3 wise men, no. The astrologers, evil people, because they say, God say, no more astrologer in your midst. We agree. But astrologer went to meet Jesus, and Bible called them wise men. And remember, they are 3 wise men from the east, astrologers. We must know how our fathers manage this spiritual implication. We're going to look at the issue of the art of defilement. There are things that are happening in our land. The more they happen, they are defiling us. We lose our spiritual shield, our spiritual protection. In this study, we are going to look at the implication behind circumcision. Today, everybody in Nigeria now is doing circumcision. Most of you don't know that Yoruba don't do circumcision before. Hausa Fulani don't do circumcision. But Hausa now, if you go and check a Jubri now, you will see they have done circumcision. And very soon they will be preaching for you. Circumcision is not good. Is it women mutilation they call it? Nah, so tono. And you are going to agree because Oyibo man said it. Thank God circumcision is still going on. In fact, let me tell you the reason why they cannot stop circumcision. I dare you as a Biafran person, if you have a son, don't circumcise that son. And I will tell you that in about 7 years of that child's life, the things you will see in that child body, you can't stand it. Try it. And then you know that there is a God that sits on the affair of Biafrans. He's just merciful for us because he knows our enemies are many. But he wants us to be strong and overcome. So when you give birth to a child, you do circumcision, and you think it's just let's just cut it. Health benefit. You think again. We're going to look at also the issue, the influence of dream and vision. Dream and vision. The Bible says, my people perish because they lack vision or knowledge. Dream and vision. Some of you don't dream. Some of you don't dream. And you think it's normal. But of course, if you don't have pineal gland, you don't dream. It's not my fault. If you don't have melanin, you don't dream. It's not my fault. I didn't give it to myself. But you don't know most of the drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, most of the beverages in the supermarket are actually filled up with chloride that will destroy your melanin and your pineal gland to keep you in perpetually sleep. You are sleeping. They want you to remain sleeping. And some people say the mattress. If you don't dream, you are dead. You are dead. But there are things you will do. You will understand. Of course, we will look into them. So you understand why our fathers lived this long. They predate America. Only few people can challenge us that they have been here as far as our fathers has been here. Only few. Because majority of them have been wiped out. They want to wipe us out. But we are here. The Caucasians were there. But where are the Tarasitators? You have very few of them. Where are the black Chinese? Where are the black Japanese? Where are the Native Americans? How many of the tribes are still remaining? Where are the pygmies of Congo? Who wiped them out? Where are the ancient Egypt, the black Egyptians? Where are they? But we are survivors. We have been here. Those days, the Moabite and the Amorite works on this land. We were here. Our fathers were here. In those days, the Caucasian, the Saracen, the Grecians, the Medians, the Persians, the Babylonians walked on this earth. We were here. And we will remain here until the end of time. But of course, our God are merciful. He let us delay in a while, and then he raised up men to restore us. But we must rise to fall no more. In this very series, we are going to look at the way of our Creator, Chukwukika Biama. All these are recorded in the Bible. But the presentation of each of them by some of your religious leaders makes it look like their ambition unto the abomination unto the Creator. I tell you the truth. They influence your life, the way they influence your life is determined by your relationship and the way you handle them. In this study, we will go through. I could only pray to God to open your eyes. And so you will be able to see, behold the wondrous truth in his word. You will not understand, but you shall understand. And so that is all we have on this segment, because truly, I do not want to go into details, but I want you to rather understand the need why we must go back to our root. I will open our line temporarily because I believe some of you have one or two things to say so far. This is just the introduction of this topic that will go in series known as some spiritual aspect of our culture that is being neglected. This is just the introduction. And so, Biafrans, I'll be back in a minute.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them. They sing when they get their daily supply.
You can't take away what God has brought for us. You can't take my life and say it's all over. The pain is in my heart. You killed us. Why you try to take my life? Why? This goes out to all the Biafran kids who were starved to death by the Nigerian government. By the Nigerian government for no reason. I say forgiveness is not in our dictionary. Nigeria must pay for this because we will not only remember the words of our enemy, but also the silence of our friends. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Oh, oh, oh.
Biafra was in the beginning, and Biafra has no end. A people of courage, of strong heart and spirit, who will not be punished, who cannot be oppressed, who will continue to fight until they hold freedom in their hands. Long live Biafra.
Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. If you are a Biafran anywhere you are all over the world, you are yet to join IPOB family closer to you. I must encourage you. Send us your name, your phone number, and your location to this WhatsApp line. The nearest coordinator will contact you. The day will come, you will not have that privilege. Make haste while the sun shines. Of course, I repeat again, that WhatsApp number is 070-815-45642. Of course, because of the kind of phone I use on the direct line, you can send message there, but I can't read it. So there are every possibility your message may not be attended to. And so all inquiry for now goes to the WhatsApp line. And then the direct line, our direct line is 081 221 52971, 081 221 52971. And special number for the female is 081 288 58614. 081 288 58614 is the special number for the female. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mas. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, Biafra. My name is Onyibe Chibike. I'm calling from the state of Israel. Man, sometimes when we say go back to your roots, many of our people will think that we are taking us back to 100, where we'll be living back on top of the tree, as the white men told us that our ancestors were living on top of the tree when they came. But it's not like that. If you look at our way of living these days, you will see that we are descending low every day by day. What is obtainable last 10 years is not what is obtainable today. 30 years ago, our way of living is not the same thing till today. The things we did before is not exactly what we are doing before. As I remember during my primary school days in the 80s, when we were coming back from school, all our mind, all our conscience will be on the coconut water. When we come back, we plug it, we drink garri with coconut and the palm kernel. But today, they made us to know that coconut water blocks children's brain. That when they drink coconut water, that they will not be intelligent anymore.
You know coconut water, if you drink coconut water where you take poison, that it will neutralize you? It will neutralize that poison? There was a time that should be maybe almost 12 years ago. They injected me inspired injection. I was shrinking, I tell you. But they reached out for coconut water immediately. I was in coma for almost 3 days, but I survived. But when I was dying, or rather passing out, I remember I told my wife, I said, on no account should you take me to the hospital. No account, because I knew the thing was shrinking me. I was dying. I said to her, I don't know what is happening. This woman is going to deny she didn't give me the injection. If you take me to the hospital, they will complicate my life. I said that to my wife with my last breath. If you take me to the hospital, they will complicate my life. I will die. Don't take me to the hospital. Leave me at home. They brought coconut and gave to me. I passed out. The only thing I took that 3 days I was in coma was that coconut water. Do you know when I revived 3 days later, my skin, all my skin started peeling, my mouth, everywhere. Coconut water neutralized it. Now, what I'm saying in effect, or the reason I say they should not take me to the hospital, is because when you get there, they want to make money. The same hospital that give me inspired injection, is that the same people I'm going to live my life for? People don't understand the evil Nigeria has caused for us. Let me not digress. Move ahead, my brother.
Okay, thank you, Mazi. But today they say coconut water is evil. Remember during the war.
If you take it as a child, you will get coconut brain.
They said during the war, when there was all the blockade, no medication is coming. They said the Biafran doctors, they use coconut water to treat soldiers that get injury. They use it as a, what do they call that? Not a medical somebody. They say dialysis water or something like that. They use coconut water. And after the war, the European people have to make research and find out that the coconut water that our people use that time is the original one for that medicine. And secondly, in the olden days, exactly that time I was going to primary school, when you steal your father's or your mother's money in the house, they will not beat you in the house. Your mother will take you to the school, hand you over to your class teacher. Your class teacher will take you to the headmistress. The headmistress will summon the prefect, the senior prefect of the school. They will ring the bell. They will bring you out on the assembly ground and flog you before all the children. Then everybody will learn lesson from your ordeal. But today, when a child thief his mother's money, the neighbor will not hear about it. They will be hiding it, and the child will be learning it small before you know it become armed robber. Those things we are doing now is making us to be weak as a race. They say these days when you have a newborn baby, they say you should not give the baby water for 6 months. You should give the baby breast once in 2 days. All those sort of things. We don't know where these things are coming out from. But those days we drink breast.
In terms of, there is something known as baby friendly. And when you look at baby friendly, there are a lot of health benefits there. But I can say all my children, they stayed, my first son should stay like 9 months, no water, steady breast milk. I do not doubt that because it's just all about natural. I don't know if you understand. I recommend baby friendly. We don't even give my children water. Believe me, none of them have been admitted for 1 day. None of them. It's the woman's breast, is the milk meant for them. But if they like, they can give water. But not until 7 months, 9 months, none of my children take water. Not even food. Only milk. That is baby friendly. Actually, our ancestors had other ways of doing things. And like you bringing this point, I think I have to look into that area and find out what they did about baby friendly. How they managed our fathers, those strong men, not all this Indomie baby. Go ahead anyway. I'm just trying to bring your attention to that. Because instead of us to allow army, because 82 division in Enugu now are giving vaccination to our children. It is better we give them only breast. So they now give polio injection almost 20 times for one baby. And Nigerian army are the one injecting them. It is better they start sucking breast so until they can tell us what is wrong with them. That is why I'm coming in there. Well, if you say it now, army is going to vaccinate our children. Boko Haram army for that matter. But this is hate speech. Lazy, jobless army people in Nigeria. They are now doctors. After all, where there is no doctor, they are carrying the book where they call where there is no doctor. They are doctoring us. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mazi, because there's some character somebody will display. They will ask you whether because if you suck the breast milk so well, your character will explain it better. But those days, exactly like the Yoruba people know all the benefits of these things. When a Yoruba woman born a newborn pikin, after 4 days, after 1 week, they barb off the hair, they start doing the baby normal things. Before you know, the baby will grow up. And as they are doing the baby, they are treating the baby in a way that the baby will cope with the condition of the society. Before you know, the baby grow up and become a conductor. He will be very, very strong to manage the terrain of where he's coming out from. But our people, sometimes we treat the baby so little, so precious that when the baby grows up, become a slave mom and slave queen. Mazi, let me just stop here so that other people can contribute. Thank you for educating me this evening.
We must go ahead. Are you there, caller on the line?
My name is Ogochukwu, calling from Aba.
Go ahead, please, Ada.
Back of our list. No way you may align. In the Rwanda, how did you see one never in a line Kaka. Phone Yarengere. Mother boy in a phone. Yeah, because no number. They are trading in the 1 5 from fire assembly in a phone. No one same year. Now Joy Kidebe Onyibe, yes, I won't be Yoruba, and I'm on a Yoruba land. But if you wanted their credit in all that way, the boy are not the credit to no 1 5. Can be a chikwari at that boy. Okay, that boy should be a Jessica Olo Duya. You do ya point, and buy a little the card, and buy chicken and I go. Nanyam Taya food. By Tiana Bang, Madame Madonna, I ask him why up for. Now for the Madano, Yakan I Baba, more from Yoruba. na ọ ga-eme ya bụrụ ọgaranya na o nwere ihe ndị ọ ga-ewekọtara ya na-asị ya kedu ihe ndị ọ bụ ndị ma na-asị ya na ọ ga-ekwe mbiri ya na ọ ga-enye ya ihe ndị ọ ga-enye ya na ọ ga-ekwe mbiri ego ya si ego na-ewega ọ ga-ekwe mbiri ya si ya ka onye nwa ya nwoke fon ka anya na ekwu nwa ya sị ya na ọ ga-ekwe mbiri ya 7,000 naira ha ga-eji wee lụrụ the boy ọrụ na the boy si oke ka ihe ndị a ga-eji lụọ ya nsị the boy na ọ ga-azụta handkerchief white zụta akụ onyonyo coconut nke calabash a ga-eji wee lụrụ ọnụ ọnwụ na ọ rụchara ya dị ọrụ na ọ ga-ahụ ụdị moto ụdị ego ọ ga-enwete na aha iwu baba na ọ ga-eme enwe na ọwụ ndị Yoruba na ọ wee eme chief doctor from Yoruba so mana si ya that 37,000 na that 30 naira mmadụ na-enye ojii emekwana gịnị na-asị nọma n'otu ọka this man ya na ebe adị mana na-akpọ na fonu na-enye na-asị ya wete the money na ọya wụ baba na ọ ga-eme ya ya bụrụ ọgaranya wụrụ ọgaranya so m na-asị digbo na ya ụdị tiv hapụ ndị Yoruba otu ha si eme ha jizi iwu ndị Igbo akpara ego na m na-ekwu ka onye ọwụ na kachapụ anya ugbu a obodo adịghị mma onwe obodo dị mma maazị ihe nke a mere ya akpata oyi nwụchipụtara m sị m na o si from Yoruba akpọ na ọwụ ndị Yoruba just know na destroy ya iwu ndị Igbo ha chọdụ ka anyị baa uru
the reason the Yorubas have the privilege of doing those things is because we abandon our culture. Before, there are certain things they tell you to do, you will say we forbid this thing. But now we don't have Nsala again. This is the essence of those things. There are things they tell you to do before. You know you forbid it. You won't do it. Not because it will kill you, but you know, in here, that is, I don't know how to put it, but it's something we forbid. Now, what do we forbid as a people? Everything, sink and line and hook, everything we take it that way. That is why our people must go back to their roots. Thank you very much, Ada. We must continue.
My husband, they want to talk to you.
Go ahead, please. He's a good husband. Any husband that allowed the wife to be in IPOB, or any wife that allowed the husband to be in IPOB, they are the only original. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I belong, I belong. I'm from Imo State, France. Yes, man.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. My wife on our wagon. Even I have a line. We can't have wagon. Even today, standing today. I know, chef, now, how him again. Now, we'll express it today. That just know, grew motor without a carrier and a pen. We'll be way. Good up at the game. Nothing. Just like that. These people now, but not charging your hand, baby, and make it. He came right today. I know. Emergency go again. Just like that. This is for now, but now turn the hand and reach the date. But we may any nation to put the camera on with us. No one else is going to have man. You should put the camera with us. What did I get mine? Okay, be careful. Catalina Hana, my even that was a hand of boom and Hana got a belly. You can tell for not cheap again, but to put the camera in an eye, we dry a belly and guy. I thank you. I will make a regular in a corner. I must be careful my children. You won't know. Or catch up our leader, and the color. You be careful my check away my ebony non idea. My new woman also, a ball organ in any air. She could be about to name it.
You see, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
As a leader, Mazen and the Kanu and the deputy are going around the globe doing what is necessary and what is supposed to be. We must be ready to give them every needed support. For in the end, whatever they say, we do. When they lead, we follow. But we must be prepared, very prepared. And that is why we are here. Yes, are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, I'm there.
When you tofi. Go ahead, please.
The body was Biafra. I just want to marry. I just. Oh, what kind of noise is this? I just want to marry.
Yes, go ahead. The word is listening.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I greet everybody, depending on your time zone. I say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Rose Robert Gigeri Nkim. I'm calling from Germany, Cologne. What I want to contribute this night is about the circumcision you just mentioned, you know. This circumcision, I think most people that were born during the 80s, I think most of them are not circumcised. I'm talking about the women. And this circumcision is leading a lot of our women to something else. Because when a woman, a Biafra woman supposed to keep her body closed all the time. Your body is meant for one person. But this lack of circumcision is causing a lot of taboos in our place, I must say. But when I speak, they say, maybe not old school, maybe not be old school. Even people older than me will be saying old school words as they talk because they do not understand. I post about Jubri on my page. That is another talk. And somebody from my own place, people from Obiaroku, most of them are watching right now. They are listening to me. They are attacking me of Buhari. And I know some people, outside people from Obiaroku, that is married in that country because they married a man they didn't love. They are still calling their ex-boyfriend in Europe. And if they are enjoying that country called Zoo, if they are enjoying that country called Zoo and they are comfortable or they are contented with what they have, will they do that? No. Onyibe don't destroy our brain. Onyibe don't destroy our brain. Nobody can tell me about white people. I know them more than they can imagine. Onyibe don't destroy our brain. Our people are not reasoning good again. When you tell them this, we're fake shaping, they don't want to listen. And I want to use this opportunity to warn anybody, any idiot that is coming on my platform to challenge me. I am a Biafran. I am a Biafran. I am born Biafra and Biafra for life. And I said today, mechukwu okika biama ezekene n'igwenane. Ezekena funi fena funi nzuzo. Mama zenari deni mwenare. May God Almighty bless our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That man have set us free. It's only people, blind people, animals that will talk about Nnamdi Kanu anyhow they want. No, but not in my presence anyway. Anybody going against IPOB, going against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or going against Mazi Uchemefo, they are divine people. They are divine. They are sent by God. Hey, they are sent by God. Biafrans should wake up and know what to do. Do the right thing at the right time because the time is at hand. The time is at hand. My brother, anybody that doesn't want to learn from this teaching of go back to your roots, that person is a gone. That person is finished. In short, that person that doesn't want to listen to you and follow this program and follow Biafra agitation, that person must be mentally deranged. Because nobody with normal senses can reason the way most idiots out there are reasoning. I fear no, they never born that person when I want fear. They never born that person. Let's not be Robert Kekere for me. They never born that monkey when I want fear. That person is yet to be born. Money does not give class. class is born. Charisma is inborn. That is in me. God has given me that thing, and I fear nobody. After announcing this thing, anybody that comes to my page and do rubbish again, say why challenge me, the person should go back and ask him, Papa, where I come from. Because during the war, I know they rape a lot of women. Hausa rape a lot of women. My mother was pregnant for my eldest brother during that 1967 to 70. My mother was selling salt. I was an idiot. I feel like he was calling my mother Nyamiri. You think I will wake up and say I will not support Biafra? Any day when I resign not to support Biafra, may Chukwu take my life. Because I never enjoyed anything in Nigeria. I have never enjoyed anything in Nigeria. Anything I am today. Now Chukwu Kikabiama, I make me what I am. I never enjoy anything for Nigeria. So if people don't open their eyes, I discussed with my ex-landlord today. He called me because I sent him your video. He called me and said, he follow our leader 2G4 now. He's a German. This one, they call them typish German. He follows our leader 2G4. Him when be German, they praise our leader. Dickliff is a doubting Thomas. Dickliff is somebody you find it difficult to convince. But I never pick up my phone one day, tell him, say, Dickliff, do like this or do like that. No, only him on his own. They follow our leader, 2G4. He called me today and said, the killing in your land is too much, Rose. The killing in Biafra is too much. The killing in Biafra is too much. He said, but you know what you guys have to do? I say, no. He gave me some tip, which I don't want to mention here. People should wake up. People should wake up, especially my people in Obiaroko. Make una wake up. About Saswak Margin and Kwela. Make una wake up. Make una wake up. I not see anything more than enjoy for Nigeria. Make una wake up. Hustling day and night, doing unusual things because you want to survive. And you want to come and ask me about dead Buhari? Dead Buhari? That man is dead and is dead. That man living in Asorok there. Look, may God push any governor, any president to come Cologne. Hey, Chukwoki Kabiama Bikono. Make God push any of them come Cologne. Madam Marudade, you will see me for German television. You will see me for German television. Then they craze. They craze. May God punish all of them wherever they are. May God punish them. Then they craze. Make any governor. Hey, make any governor come this Cologne. Make any governor come this Cologne. Behold.
We are praying to see Jubri. We are praying to see Jubri. So we teach him, we send a signal to those other governors so they know what is coming for them. Erufa, Kwankwasu, all of them, South East, South, Yoruba governor, all of you. You don't know what, this your one Nigeria will kill all of you. Hurry with your hate speech. We are waiting for them. Just leave them. Thank you very much.
Waiting for them. Make them come Cologne. Make them come Cologne. May Chukwu Kikabiama keep blessing you for me. May God bless you for me. You are blessed to be a blessing.
Thank you very much.
You are blessed to be a blessing. Stay blessed, my brother. Are you not part any moment, yeah?
Yes, all right. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, I'm still there.
Go ahead and thank you for holding on, my brother.
All right, thank you. Good evening, my Mass African rep, Mr. George Onyibe. I greet you. I greet Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom. Say good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. My name is Mostfevo Onyibe. I hail from Ozob. Ozob is in Ekwusigo, Neu province, Biafran land, and I'm calling you from Kingdom of Netherlands. Madam Mose Chukwoki Kadiama will keep you and keep all Biafrans, IPOB family members all over the world. And more especially, God Almighty Chukwuadiama will help us restore Biafra and keep our leader, Mazi Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, I came online this evening just for a special announcement that I want to make regarding the IPOB family here in Netherlands. I want to remind all IPOB and all Biafrans residing in Netherlands that tomorrow, being 23rd of November, we'll have our general meeting. any city, any place you are in Netherlands, please, you are obligated to come. You don't have any other option than to come to this family meeting. There are a lot to be discussed. There are a lot to be talked about. There are a lot you need to know, and you can only know this by coming to the very meeting. Meeting will take place 23rd November 2019, tomorrow, being Saturday, at Egolin, number 9. The venue again for this meeting is number 9 Egolin in Amsterdam, and the postcode for this venue. The postcode for this venue is 1103AC. I repeat, the postcode is 1103AC. Any place, any direction, any city, any province you are in Netherlands, all road leads to Amsterdam, Egolin, number 9 tomorrow. And this meeting will be starting at 4 p.m. in the evening, 16 o'clock, 16 hour. Then this meeting will commence 4 p.m. Netherlands time, and we'll have this meeting from 4 to 10. There are a lot to be talked about. And again, if you're in any way doubt or you need some information or information concerning the venue, or you're lost on your way coming, you can call the following numbers: 0616-663830. I repeat, you can call this number for more info: 0616-663830. The second number you can also reach is 0685649792. I repeat, the second number you can also reach: 0685649792. Mazi, I must say thank you, and thank you for holding on and for still keeping on, like our deputy always say. Chukwu Kikabiama will keep you and keep all Biafrans all over the world. Thank you, and I sign out. Good night.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. Like I said earlier, on this very segment this evening, we are just trying to create a scenario, make an introduction, so that our people will understand where we are going to. Continuing from Monday, hopefully, by the grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, we'll be looking in depth into this series, this discussion, as he affects us as a people. Call on WhatsApp.
Good evening, Mazi Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, thank you for giving me the privilege. Mazi Onyibe, your knowledge is just too great. You know, you teach us a lot in different, aspects. I don't want to go far.
It's not my knowledge. It is that of our ancestors. They are there before us. We only choose to neglect them. We ignored them. But if you open your eyes and look at your community, you will see a lot of things you cannot understand. Don't neglect it. Ask questions about it. You will be surprised what you will know.
Mazi Onyibe, but yours is different. Even some things that happen in America, things that happen in France, even in Europe, the way you will present them, even people who are living here, they can't even wrap their head over it to even give the way you deliver them. And even though you don't even believe, the way they will come, there is every sense of truth about it, the way it comes. But that is not even my point. Mazi Onyibe, I must say that, like, when Facebook is working against us and you have been chatting, I can recall for like 3 days you have been complaining about this Facebook when I'm listening to your program. It's working because I have 2 phones. I use one to log into the Biafra, Radio Biafra, and I use the other one too. One is showing 35 without even moving forward or going down. The other one is showing 50 without.
Sorry for interrupting you. When we say something, people think we are lying. But why do we want to lie? If I lie, will it make the oil well in Bayelsa to belong to Yoruba? We tell them the truth. Zuckerberg and other people controlling social media are so useless. The same thing is applicable to any country in the world who at this moment will think that one way or the other they are using politics to emasculators. They are disgracing themselves because we are projecting them for the whole world to see who they really are. You can imagine the owner of Facebook. God has blessed him with a technology that could make him honorable. They said, they told us that good name is better than riches. But Facebook is about to destroy his name. And if he does not remove himself from the issue of Biafra, his name will be cursed. I'm telling you, we pay money to access Facebook. He has his privacy, which we have not violated. He still collects our money and hire Tat Yoruba to be frustrating us. I have about 6 Facebook now facing me. One of them is reading 156. The other one is 179. The other one is about 28, and so on and so forth. But the same Facebook, the same publication. Now, I understand when somebody is hosting a watch party, it's a different thing. But I'm telling you, the same Facebook platform, the same Facebook.
Yes,
but of course, they don't know what they are doing to themselves. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, same thing with my experience too. But what I'm trying to say is that when you were saying Facebook, I don't even know the name of the guy that have, I think it's working because I see a lot of changes, a little bit, and of course we continue saying it until we know that they are doing evil. They are trying to stop us, but of course they cannot stop us. Do you know that all the things that I've been sharing on my Facebook, handle, none of them has been showing? I don't even know. I use the order of my Facebook to go and look, log into go and look my Facebook as just like a friend to the other Facebook. I didn't see nothing. All I'm seeing is people who are tagging me with things that are not even relevant. I was even shocked.
The day we will analyze Facebook will be shot. The day we will analyze, we are studying them. There is a document I was supposed to forward to our deputy leader some time ago. Do you know? Yeah. Because they are very sensitive one. When I forward it through Facebook Messenger, Facebook will tell me that this file contain whether it is abusive or insultive. But this way, it has nothing to do like that. But maybe they are classified coded information. They don't want it to go anywhere. And they were able to censor it. And Facebook did not allow me to send that document. I have to go through the WhatsApp. But we are following them up. We are studying Facebook. We will manage the Facebook for him. Nonsense people.
It's like Jubri and his gangs are giving them money to work against us.
Since Facebook visited Buhari in Nigeria, Facebook has not remained the same again. He came to Nigeria. Zoo can bite. That is his name. Zoo can bite.
Yeah, okay.
Zoo can bite. In case you forget it, just put Zoo can bite.
Can bite.
So since Zoo
I
can
think
bite,
I will put something about it. Yeah.
Since Zoo can bite visited the zoo, his life has not remained the same again. He recruited the Yoruba fraudulent Uluwole Gota Media tout to be working for him. And so they make sure that everything we post, they reduce them. They keep sending us to Facebook prison, releasing us wherever they are. We are still on Facebook because almost all of us have up to 1,000 Facebook accounts. And anybody that has not opened up to 1,000 Facebook account is still they learn work. Please open all the whole account. We teach them how to manage the Facebook. But he has to go out of that space. Go ahead.
Onyibe, let me tell you a little thing, something that happened. Like the other of my Facebook, I don't share much. I only put important documents in that Facebook. Do you know that there was this interview that was done by our hero, Chukwu Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, at America? Maybe you must have come across this video. Do you know that there is no atom of war in the video? There's no gun or pistol shot in the video, but they used to cover it. Normally they cover horrible pictures and video, but I wonder why they cover it. Just an interview that was made by Chukwu Odumegwu Ojukwu. They covered it. I was like, my God. So they are still trying to cover just an information, just a plain interview. But that is that anyway. Today I posted that Facebook allow my post to be reaching people that are my friends and the things that I'm sharing. And I put hashtag political moron. You know that after about an hour, the little other things that I shared, they were not showing when I check it through the other of my Facebook. So saying it the way we are saying it, they are hearing it too, so that they should know that we know and we are aware of the evil that they are, perpetrating against us. And lastly, before I will drop, Mazi Onyibe, when you teach in riddles, you teach in a proverb and in adage, it's not everybody that understands it. Just like it's not everybody that will take their time to be listening to this holy platform and message. So some of our people, they are not even up to that grade to even understand this in riddles and in adage. For me, I will even say, like you said earlier, that you don't want to even go spiritual. Because if you go spiritual, you're going to offend so many people. But they won't understand. That's just it. Do you know that somebody from River State send me one stupid message that send this thing to if you love Jesus and do this, do that. If you don't send it, ready to face something for the next 7 years. The way the way they write all those their message, I just wrote her. When was the last time you read your Bible? The way she answered me, it was like I'm the one that killed Gaddafi. So some people, they don't want you to even temper to that aspect at all. So for me, I think we should just let them be.
Yes,
so because we need them, because we still need them. They can't. Some people will never understand. They will not understand.
It is not about them anyway. It is about the people who love them. And our leader has said, we will not leave our people behind. He said, both the blind, the crippled, the lame, all our people are coming home. We will cure them. That is why we are here, believe me. Thank you very much.
Pastor Onyibe, don't be offended. Just 1 minute, please. Don't be offended.
Go ahead.
I don't know if we can take this message to the churches, to the pastors, so that I don't know.
Now, the truth cannot be emphasized. More than 60 to 70% of Biafran pastors are on ground because they don't come and say, I am pastor this. If you see any pastor coming here to introduce themselves, know they are angry. Because there are things you see, we call it holy anger. When holy anger catch me, that is when I say I'm Reverend George Onyibe. It really don't matter. So they don't introduce themselves only when they are under the unction of kingdom of God suffered violence. So they want you to understand that what they are doing, they actually, many of them are with us. Only Yoruba pastors deliberately pretend and be telling nonsense. But of course, they are the reason why we are here.
Reverend Onyibe.
Yes.
Reverend Onyibe.
Of course.
Like in the coastal region of Biafra, I think we still need, I'm not doubting your capacity and how far you have gone. But in the coastal region, we need to, if I don't know, a personal visit or a kind of group visiting, to tell them that we are even fighting for the Christians, because the Islamization that we are trying to, divide to this lake of fire, they are not seeing it, and they don't know what it's going to look like. They don't know the danger ahead of it. We still need it, because I know some people I'm talking to, the way they reply me, sometimes I'm like, look at the people I'm fighting for. So, Mazi, I will drop it for you. Thank you for having me today on the holy platform. Hey Biafra. Thank you so much.
My Sukuman, nothing to you. We must continue. Yes, my brother on WhatsApp, you are tempting me. My time is up on this segment. Go ahead, but I will allow you.
Good evening, Mazi George Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, Biafra all over the world. Mazi George Onyibe, I thank you so much for this program today. But sorry, I want to say something a little bit different for my feelings, because
go ahead.
Since 2 days now, I've been feeling very, 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 I have too much pain in my heart. This struggle that our leader has been at the forefront, sacrificing everything, time, every stress this man is passing through. But Mazi George Onyibe, what I can tell you, Biafrans all over the world today is this. The people holding this struggle down, holding Biafra down, it's not even Bayelsa. It's not. This Newi in Anambra State, Newi is the people holding Biafra till today. Any day, I'm sending this message to Newi people in Anambra State. Any day Newi rise up in this struggle, Biafra will come in next 24 hours. Because, Mazi George Onyibe, when you hear that Igbos they are the richest or this and that, this is just Newi. Newi is where you see billionaires in the whole Africa. Nnewi is where we have great men. Nnewi is where our hero Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu from. Nnewi is where we have our betrayer, who is Zik, who went and betrayed Biafra without seeing the future of his damage. The same Nnewi has been at the back from this struggle. This message, any Nnewi listening to Radio Biafra this night, send this message to Nnewi people. Those people in Nnewi, they are the people delaying this Biafra. And anything that happens to Biafra, Nnewi will pay with their last blood, because I think they are the people delaying us, and they are the people betraying us, and they are the people who started the same struggle. So this message, why I call this to Biafra, is just to send this message to Nnewi people. They should wake up and let Biafra go. This no other tribe, no other state in Biafra land is delaying this struggle. It's only Nnewi. That town, not even Anambra Sego, that in Nnewi only is the only people holding Biafra. Any day Nnewi rise up, Biafra will go, because they have all it. When our leader said in Nnewi, Anambra is the people holding, it's not just the whole Anambra, it's just this Nnewi people, this Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu town, hometown. These are the only people we come tomorrow. So Nnewi people, wake up. Let Nnewi IPOB please carry this struggle to their doorstep. They are delaying this our movement. People are dying. People are crying. We are in pain. We are not happy living in abroad like this. We want to go home. Thank you so much, Mazi John Onyibe, for giving me this chance to speak my grievances over these people. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. We must continue, fellow Biafrans. We are going home. That is what is important to all of us. I've been signing off temporarily. Believe me, in no time I will be coming back.
Biafra's Got Talent exclusive.
Oh la 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 la, massive Namdekano. Mazinamdi Kano, Ohamadike, Odogwana Barizuwan, na Biafra land. Mazuche before the chicken eat for Rojo Fogana,
Uche me for Woko Biama, Olu Mekelegi, BG take a leggy, Biafra's Got Talent take a leggy. Isuru Keme, everywhere put our own way, no nyere masi Namdekano.
Uche me for
When I see your consistencies, I feel much relief, cause Biafrans really believed in you. And your commitment over our motherland, that is our only strength. Nkamere, IPOB Wani,
While our director was in detention, he had the struggle for 2 years accounting. No matter the intimidation, he could run up on the guy, but could be Jema for your job. Mobula got him when he run a bagging book. He made a go begin the job, Makimi hanging a jaw, even woke a jabba.
If one never get when I boy, as a cookie in the no fall. Hey, one ma, oh, Temefo, Toto Gaga Papa, Kene, Polapo, Abagina Lumo, the sick, if I had the Bubia flyer, Galile, the Makoto Bunam, the gun, Onisiani, Nepalapo.
I thank God that we have you, cause you made us believe in you. You promised to take us to the promised land. Biafra land is my motherland. Nandi Kanu, Uche me for. Iya dikunu ya bika kola.
Passing Nandi Kanu, Uche me for.
From the award-winning producer, Shaking Edge Curry Beats.
Respect to my leader.